Hello and welcome to the documentary of the World War II. The World War II is in the modern world is still living the consequences of the World War II, the most titanic conflict in history. Almost 73 years ago, on September the 1st, 1939, Germany invaded Poland without warning, sparking the start of World War II. By the ending of September the 3rd, Britain and France were at the war with Germany, and within a week Australia, New Zealand, Canada and South Africa had also joined the war. The World War had been plugged into the Second World War in 25 years. 6 long and bloody years of total war, fought over many thousands of square kilometers, from the hedgerows of Normandy to the streets of Stalingrad, the icy mountains of Norway to the sweltering deserts of Libya, the insect-infested jungles of Burma to the coral reef island of the Pacific. Later we'll explain each year of the World War in each characteristic that happened on each event.
Chapter 1. The beginning of the World War II. Germany invades Poland. Because of this, Britain and France declared war on Germany. Russia invades Poland. After a lot of wars and fights in Poland territory, the last remaining Polish forces surrendered. Russia invades Finland, and the US remains neutral.
Chapter 2, 1940. Germany started improving his power by invading Denmark, Holland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium. Italy declared the war to France and Britain. Finally, Hitler cancelled his invasion to Britain, and Hungary and Romania joined his axis.
Chapter 3. Hitler's plan to take Moscow, 1941. Hitler decided to invade Russia, sending his army to the capital. He ordered maximum cruelty against Russians that applied even more resistance. Hitler, angered to occupy all Europe, sent him to stop the Typhoon mission that was supposed to invade Moscow. Instead, he decided to invade Ukraine, in which he stopped the other mission. When he decided to replay it, the winter was coming. Rains, mud, and low temperatures stopped his troops.
Chapter 4, 1942. Japanese forces occupy Manila, Indonesia, Malaysia, Burma, Singapore, and Solomon Islands. German U-boats sink US ships along the coast. The Germans began to invade southern Russia. US forces land in Guadalcanal, and the Allied forces start invading North Africa. This is the situation in Japan during the World War II. Food has been limited because the Americans have destroyed the rice fields. His son has been sent to war 2 years ago. He's very worried because the economy has been affected. They're investing a lot of money in the war. Not only this man, all the country is worried. They want this war to stop.
This is chapter 5, 1943, German war continues. First of all, German forces in Stalingrad surrender. Mussolini is arrested and replaced. Because of this, because of the Mussolini getting arrested, Allies invade Italy's mainland. Italy surrenders, and German forces invade Italy in the northern part. So this becomes into a conflict with Britain and Germany for Italy's land. The Russians liberate Kiev, and fighters provide long-range escort to bombers over Germany.
Chapter 6, 1944. The Allied bombers start to focus their fire on German oil factories. The D-Day have come. British Canadian forces invade French territory in Normandy. Hitler survives to an assassination attempt by his German officers with light wounds. Romania surrenders his oil camps to Russia, the only German natural oil supply.
Paris is liberated. Allied fighters achieve air superiority over Germany. The Marines land in the Philippines. In response, the Japanese Navy began to use kamikaze suicide pilots. B-29 bombers begin to bomb Tokyo from bases in the Mariana Islands. The German attack in the Ardennes began.
Chapter 7, 1945, the end of the war. The Marines landed in Okinawa. Japan orders all its forces to use kamikaze suicide tactics. The Allies liberated the Buchenwald death camp. President Roosevelt dies, and American and Russian forces met. Mussolini is executed by the Italian resistance. The Allies liberate Dachau death camp. Adolf Hitler commits suicide in his bunker in Berlin.
Germany surrenders. The war in Europe ends. The US tests atomic bombs in New Mexico. It worked. Hiroshima is destroyed by an atomic bomb. Russia declares war on Japan. Nagasaki is destroyed by an atomic bomb.
He's very worried because the food in Japan is very... This is the situation in Japan during the World War II. He's very worried because the food...
Chapter 7, 1945.
Marica.